Alright, good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Whatever time you find this video, I hope it finds you well. I'm going to open up another 5 packs. This time we have an Eldrazi on one of the covers. Let's see what happens. I think we'll save that one for last. Let's see what happens. Alright. Start with Kiora. Let's see what World Mage's Trick. Set right there. Dutiful Return. Returning 2 cards from your graveyard to your hand. It's decent. Swell of Growth. That's that card I was talking about, allowing you to get a landfall on your opponent's turn, potentially. Let's see. It doesn't put it into play tapped. Lava Step Raider. Fortified Rampart. You could probably go a little bit faster with these now. Let's see, we got Wave Wing Elemental 3/4, flying for 6. Whenever land enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Wow, that's pretty good. Fertile Thicket, Geyserfield Stalker, Snapping Gnarlid. Pardon me, Evolving Wilds. Rot Shambler, Forerunner of Slaughter. I will put the multicolor cards here. Cards kind of go off the edge of the screen if I'm not careful. Pathway Arrows. And our rare is Brutal Expulsion. 2, 1 blue, 1 red, devoid. Choose one or both. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. Interesting. Or deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that permanent would be put into a graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So, this actually could be pretty powerful. You choose one or both. This actually gets around uncounterable spells by just returning that spell to their hand without having to counter it technically, but it's not on the stack and it won't resolve. That's an interesting card. Full Art Mountain and Eldrazi Scion. Let's go on to pack number 2. I have no idea who that character is. Set that over now. Territorial Baloth, Clutch of Currents, which is a sorcery and not an instant for some reason. Calastrian Nightwatch, Boiling Earth. Lithomancer's Focus. This is a good card. Lithomancer's Focus is 1 white mana. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to that creature this turn by colorless sources. But this means white has a giant growth type of effect. 1 mana for +2/+2 in white is incredible, and a potential damage reduction is equally nice. Yeah. That's just such a cool card. Mono white might actually edge out against mono red for a slide deck. I never thought I'd see the day, honestly. I mean, you have ways to remove creatures. They technically have to block first, but still. Mortuary Mire, Tightening Coils, Looming Spires. Wow, we got a lot of cards, a lot of come into play cards out of that. Grave Birthing, Eyeless Watcher, Skyrider Elf, Molten Nursery, red card. Whenever you cast a color spell, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Could be good in a heavy artifact type of a deck, something with any kind of artifact recursion. You could play this in Duretti, for example, for Commander. And it would actually be pretty decent because you're going to play lots of artifacts anyway. It's just a suggestion. And Ulamog's Reclaimer. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So blue has a lot of interesting graveyard recursion spells. A lot of really good ones. So you could, you could pull back a lot of counter spells in blue right now in standard. And our rare card is another Serpentine Spike. Really? Full Art Swamp. And this one's Larry. Larry and Curly. Alright, pack number 3. Coral Helm Guide, Arcana Assassin, Volcanic Upheaval, the instant speed land destruction. I think this is a reprint. Honestly, I think that might be a reprint card. I wanted to get some online because nobody has them locally. I feel like if it's not a reprint, that means there's 2 of them, but I'm not at a point where I can go look that up. Stonehaven Mythic, Mortuary Mire, Natural Connection, Tightening Coils. That's another one of those from these 5. Eldrazi Devastator, Demon's Grasp. Decent card in limited. I mean, it gets around indestructible. And Bloodbond Vampire. Whenever you gain life, put a +++ counter on it. Decent. The air conditioner is about to kick in. Spawning Bed, another one of those. I really like that card. I'm going to play that in my Kozilek deck. Breaker of Armies, another one. And looks like we're getting the foil out of this pack. Our rare is another Brutal Expulsion. 2 of those, wow. I really like this card because it gets around uncounterable spells. Our full art land is a mountain, and our foil card is another mountain. Neat. Not the same one, but still, yeah, that's actually cool. So we have a full art plains and a full art mountain now. Decent. And this is Shemp. So we have Larry, Curly, and Shemp. Pack 4. Another Coral Helm guide. Another Nirkana Assassin. Flip the cards out again. How do I do that? Gosh. Warren Reef Invoker, Dispel. Reckless Cohort. The flavor text on this card. You have a family. Mine died at Seagate. You go to yours, and I'll go to mine. Gosh. Touch of the Void. Deals 3 damage. Yeah, we talked about that card again. It's not quite Ghostfire, but it's interesting how close to Ghostfire it is. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder a lot. What? I wonder. Did I just wonder? I'm just wondering, there's all. Ondu Greathorn. A lot of creatures that were printed in this set get +2/+2 when a land enters the battlefield. I think that's pretty cool. Ondu Champion. Tajuru Warcaller. Hey, so if red and white both have Ondu, then I think Ondu is probably going to be what the red and white creature land in the next set, Oath of the Gatewash. Tajuru Warcaller. Slabhammer. Whenever this equipped creature attacks, you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. If you do, the creature gets +2/+2 at the end of turn. Interesting, because if you tap that land for mana, you pull up your hand, and if you haven't played a land yet, you play it, trigger a landfall ability. But that landfall trigger doesn't really work if you had something that got pumped up. Requires some planning. Decent card, though. And Royal Sprout. Put target creature on top of owner's library. As a sorcery, you can also awaken for 6 to turn your land into a 4/4 elemental creature with haste. What's the card I'm looking for? Celestial Colonnade. It is not. But it is decent in control. I could see this being played. And Smothering Abomination. 4/3 for 4. Devoid flying at being upkeep. Sacrifice creature. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you draw a card. Interesting. Works very well with green. And the next card is a full art swamp. And an octopus token. Hey, hey. 5th pack. What you got for me, 5th pack? You have a giant mantis for me. We can't have a giant spider, but we can have a giant mantis reprint. Blatant Spectrum, Alter's Reap, Call the Scions, Shatterskull Recruit, 5 for 4/4 Menace, with the Master's Focus, good card, Benthic Infiltrator, Vestige of Emrakul. Note, Vestige of Emrakul says, Emrakul has not been seen in months. Though her brood's numbers have dwindled in her absence, each drone is still a deadly threat. So, Emrakul is considered female, because she is modeled after Emeria, which is, of course, female. So, if anybody asks, Emrakul's female. Gideon's Reproach. Touch of the Void. There you go. Plated Crusher. Wow. Autumn Willow Who. 7 mana for 7/6 trample hexproof. Gosh, that's a cool card. Gosh, that's just a good card. And let's see. Grove Rumbler. Trample, landfall +2/+2. Yeah, it's decent. Ulamog's Reclaimer. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one that we've got one right here. And our rare card is Prism Array. 5 mana Converge. It enters the battlefield with a crystal counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. Remove a crystal counter from it to tap a target creature. You can pay 1 of each color mana to scry 3. Now that last ability is the only saving grace of this card, because otherwise, I mean, maybe if Proliferate gets reprinted, maybe if there's a super Proliferate that just doubles all counters on target permanent, which might happen, but I doubt it. They'd have to limit it to like just rares or something that costs just a ridiculous amount of mana. But Prism Array, you could play it in 5-color Commander, but that's about it. And it only taps them for a turn. Now, it does tap them at instant speed, but still. And our last card is a full art island, and Eldrazi Scion. Well, we got these cards. 2 Brutal Expulsion. We probably would have gone blue-red if we had this in the pack, because, I mean, look, being able to pull up my opponent's creatures, deal 2 damage to them, pops kill Planeswalker, with plenty of good creatures to attack with. Yeah, we've gone blue-red. Well, let me know how you've been doing with your, how you did with your pre-release and how you've been doing with your packs, opening them up. And I hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, and a wonderful evening, and I hope tomorrow is even better. Take care, everyone.